Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. I am extremely happy to announce that I have noticed that my videos are watched by people outside India, and it means a lot to me because in normal course of my life I probably would not have come across you, and thank you so much for reaching out to me. It really means a lot to me that you watch my videos and also make the effort of reaching out to me. Thank you so much. Now it has been impossible in the last few days to ignore the noise surrounding NEET UG. NEET UG is basically an acronym for National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test for undergraduate courses in medicine. That is MBBS, BTS, all these courses. Even Indians who want to study outside India need to qualify NEET UG, if I am given to understand the rules correctly. So even if you want to study in, say, Russia, and you are an Indian citizen, you need to prove that you have qualified the NEET exam. NEET UG exam. Of course, when I was a student, NEET UG did not exist. It came into existence, I think, in 2016. And these are dates that everybody is aware of now with all the much warranted attention that this issue is receiving. But there is something that nobody is talking about, and I found this quite interesting. So I think it would be something worth talking about here. Now, as my favorite comedian Bassem Youssef once said, in an Egyptian family, you can either be an engineer or a doctor or a disappointment. You can only be one of the three things. So I have been fortunate enough to become a doctor. And when I did become a doctor, of course, I also had a choice of appearing in engineering entrance exams, which I did appear in, and I did do reasonably well in them as well. But what I did notice back then was, and I will tell you this with the benefit of anecdotal evidence, although I don't have hard data to back me up, but stay with me. When I was in 12th standard, we had a batch of 60 students. And the criteria for appearing in entrance exams for undergraduate courses in engineering and medicine was quite clear. For engineering entrance exams, you needed to be good in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, PCM as it was called. And for MBBS, it was physics, chemistry, and biology. So basically, biology was the extra subject for MBBS aspirants, and mathematics was the subject for engineering aspirants. The school that I was in, mathematics was compulsory, biology was optional. So you couldn't, even if you wanted to seriously think only about MBBS entrance exams, you could not escape mathematics. And boy, did I wish that I wanted to escape mathematics, but that's the story for a different video. So I had mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology in my curriculum in 12th standard, but I was part of a grand total of 10 students who had these subjects. 10 out of a batch of 60 students. So only 10 students in that batch were eligible for MBBS entrance exams, and not everyone was serious about MBBS entrance exams. Some people only took biology, I believe, because they feared computer applications even more. But these are only anecdotes and I can't really back it up, although the numbers are solid. What I did know back in 2008 was more people were appearing in engineering entrance exams, and there were more seats, of course, also for engineering courses than people were appearing in medical entrance exams. The population or the aspirants for engineering entrance exams was more. Now that I find out that 24 lakh students appear in NEET UG, and only about 10 to 12 lakhs appear in the premier engineering entrance exam, which is for the IITs and the NITs. This does not. This is different from what it was in my youth. When I was younger, engineering aspirants were always more in number than medical aspirants. And I distinctly remember during COVID, people commenting without any sensibility, any sensitivity, commenting stuff like, "Thank God I did not become a doctor. I would not have been able to survive this." And as someone who was at the front lines during COVID, I don't like the word front lines, but of course, I was on COVID duty for a long time. As someone who was in that zone, and at that time, nobody knew how serious COVID was, and even today, we don't know. But the danger seems to have passed. But while it was happening, it was not pleasant to read comments on YouTube where people were openly saying things, thank God I did not become a doctor. Thank God I don't have to go through this. Thank God I chose engineering. And I actually felt that I agree with these comments. I actually felt that because of COVID and the pandemic and everything that happened, people will not be as enthusiastic to become doctors as they were when I was an aspirant. But lo and behold, in 2024, 24 lakh people have appeared in NEET UG, and the number of seats, I think, in all is about 1 lakh. So 23 lakh people will always be disappointed. But 24 lakh is a number, as a number is okay, but when you compare it with 12 lakh people for the engineering entrance exams, it really beggars belief. I always thought that engineering was a more appealing profession for young Indians than medicine. Because look at the facts. Engineering is a 4-year course. At the end of engineering, you get a job, and then you can do MBA. Your career grows at a faster pace. This is what I've seen with my colleagues. My colleagues and all of my friends who were better than me in academics became engineers, and they are well settled. Of course, this is anecdotal. Even the ones who were not as good as me also became engineers, but they're also well settled. And in life terms, I feel they're 10 years ahead of me. Their milestones have been achieved much earlier. They got a job earlier, they got married earlier, had children earlier, bought houses earlier, everything. But it's very interesting for me to see that more people are choosing to appear in medical entrance exams than engineering entrance exams. And this is something which I really can't explain. But it's good. I like the fact that young people are wanting to become doctors. And if you're wanting to become a doctor to earn money, you'll have a long time to find out that it was the wrong decision. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you also had noticed this aspect that amidst all this uproar about NEET, that more people are willingly appearing in NEET UG than engineering entrance exams. Now, I want to say one thing. There is a lot of talk about grace marks and organizing another exam for those who got grace marks, and all of this is sub judice, so I don't want to get into too much detail. But I do want to want the viewer to spare a thought for that candidate who appeared in this exam honestly, did well, and saw his results and felt, I'm done with this exam. And now they are in limbo. They are thinking, if the exam is conducted again, do I have to go through the grind again? Having been through multiple entrance exams myself, I know that doing well in one entrance exam is no guarantee for doing well in that same exam 1 month later. Knowledge is not something which is frozen in time. It undergoes erosion. You always have to keep revising. So if today I appear in NEET UG and 2 months later I find out that this exam is going to be rescheduled, if I had not been studying for the interim period, which is very unlikely, if I receive news that I've passed, I've done well, I'm going to get into a good college, why will I continue studying for the same exam? Why will I even entertain the possibility that the same exam is going to be rescheduled again? And when that exam does get rescheduled, do I still have the opportunity of getting the same score? Does it become fair for me? Is it fair for anyone? That is the whole crux of the matter, in my opinion. There is no fairness in life. Of course, it does not mean that you abandon your hopes of becoming a doctor. The fact that you want to become a doctor is very heartening for someone like me who has become a doctor through all these struggles. And I have noticed another thing, that I think new guidelines have been introduced by the National Testing Agency, where biology is no longer considered a mandatory subject to appear in NEET UG. So to become a doctor, you don't need to study biology in 11th and 12th standard. That's quite interesting. Now, I am one of those people who believe firmly that there is quite a big gap between what you're expected to be good at entrance exam level and what you're expected to be good at when you join a medical college. In fact, the only subject that bears some resemblance to what we actually study is human biology and human physiology. So if you want to erase that link as well, okay. But there are many things that we have noticed as dichotomous. For instance, we believe that mathematics does not play a big role in the MBBS curriculum, and then we have to do serious statistical analysis. So that's not entirely true. Physics, of course, is a subject which does play a role. There are all kinds of hydrodynamics that are important in various parts of the body. And physics is a study of the universe, and human beings are a part of the universe. So that is not the case. However, the skills that are tested, the knowledge that is tested at the entrance exam level, if you do well in the entrance exam, there is no guarantee that you will do equally well during your MBBS curriculum, because that becomes a different ball game altogether. Same for PG entrance exams also. Even during postgraduate entrance exams, we are tested on our knowledge of all subjects in the MBBS curriculum. And then we are supposed to become really good at one subject. And then, of course, there are super specialist entrance exams. The exams just keep getting tougher with time. But one thing I want to mention is, amidst all the criticism of the system in India, the education system, I must highlight the fact that I have received all of my education in India, and not that I was in the best possible college or the best possible colleges, but the education that I received in India proved to be more than enough for me to seamlessly pass one of the toughest exams in the UK. So it's not all bad. That's what I want to say. And while I am fully in favor of rescheduling the exam, my heart does go out to those people who will have to study for this exam once more, even after doing exceptionally well with full honesty. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions for me, and if you want to reach out, please feel free to reach out in the comment section below. Or if you want to reach out to me on social media, that's okay as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Bye bye. And above all else, please don't forget to be awesome.